Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Commerce Chats from EICOM. It's great to see everyone, and I hope you're very excited for the discussion today. So just to give everyone a little reminder, Commerce Chats is our weekly initiative where we discuss deep, challenging commerce topics. We engage in topics and areas of e-commerce that we don't commonly discuss, or areas that some people have challenges with. It's just a really great place for us to discuss everything commerce related. Today, we're very lucky to be joined by someone who's got 15 years or over 15 years of experience in e-commerce and retail. We'll be joined today by Pablo Pazos from VTEX. So this is an amazing opportunity to learn from someone who I admire personally as well, someone who we have great conversations with, and we talk for we can keep talking and talking about so many different things in e-commerce. Before I hand it over to Pablo, I just wanted to remind the audience watching today, follow us on our social media channels. It's really simple. It's at EICOM Institute. We're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn. Definitely check us out, follow us, share the video. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to say click the like button, subscribe to our channel, write a comment into our YouTube videos at the bottom. Check out the things we've done before as well. There might be something that you might find interesting, and any feedback as well, let me know and let the team know. So Pablo, without further ado, please take it away. Tell us about your topic and enlighten us.
Well, thank you for the presentation, Krish. Always a pleasure to be here with you and the EICOM team. Well, I'm here today and I will dedicate the time for our subjects and no more small talk at the beginning. So we are here today to speak about the metaverse, a concept that there's at about 30 years now, but now came as a new hype for retail and technology in the world. And it's funny because we will see that many different factors made that metaverse became popular now and also to be possible. And for example, we saw at the beginning of the year a video from Walmart, virtual reality, aisles from the grocery store, pretending to be the Walmart launch for Metaverse. And actually that was a video from 5 years ago when Walmart was only predicting how would be things in the future. And the first thing I will say is that the Metaverse will not enable the reality. The metaverse, it's not another Second Life for many reasons. First of all, Second Life, it was addressed online, secondlife.com, where you could log in and pretend to have a second life. Yes, you had avatars and this kind of interaction, but there was no objective. And people thought that there was a game and lost their interest, because once you join and enrolled for Second Life, people have nothing to do there. They could not really buy cool stuff or engage or play. So it has their days, and now it's part of history. And also because Metaverse will not make your shopping experience worse than is today. And if we think as if we think Metaverse emulating the real world as a grocery shopping alley would not be easier than you have today, for example, at walmart.com. So I will share my screen and bring my thoughts. And I would also thank you, VTEX, for attending NRF this year, because a lot of this content I brought from the NRF last month in New York, the biggest retail show. So can you see my screen, Krish?
Yeah, perfect. No problem. We can see it.
Perfect. So what does the metaverse really means? And I want to go with you further discussion, and please feel free to interrupt me or make any comment or questions. This is a chat, not a speech. So a discussion exploring concepts and theories. So a small introduction, though, a shared digital realm that will drive culture and design, enabling new modes of expression experience, and as we will see, buying. We will see a lot of people, and myself included, treating Metaverse as a new channel sales opportunity, a new channel sales possibility. So if we bring to Megan Last, and I really recommend her text about Metaverse. Metaverse is a virtual world where people can socialize, work, shop, and play. And she divided in 3 different worlds. And as you can see, most of them we already had. So VR, virtual reality glasses are no news. So they have been here for a while. Augmented reality as well, not only in games, but also in fashion industry. We can see now as human beings, as social people interacting. Instagram, for example, Snapchat has a lot of augmented reality. You can play with many different filters and the virtual worlds. And this is the biggest space for Metaverse, and where people are really talking about, where you can have Roblox, that it's a big platform for gaming, and you have Decentraland and other different spaces, Zepeto, that already have now 10 million people. So this is where we are going to pay more attention. Also, another relevant observation is that many of us were already playing in the Metaverse. When we see the World of Warcraft, when we see Minecraft, when we see many games that happens synchronously and with avatars and with this outer world experience, we were already facing Metaverse reality. So this is not really something that we will cross a barrier. It's already in our day-to-day experience, especially for younger generations. So, and I brought here a big authority in our world. We ourselves at VTEX respect a lot all the Gartner pages and papers and statements, and also the Magic Quadrants. And there's this huge statement from Gartner, and with a big impact, that Gartner expects that by 2026, 25% of people will spend at least 1 hour a day in the Metaverse. So 1 every 4 people will spend 1 hour in the Metaverse in the next 4 years. So it's really bold. I totally agree, because I truly believe that the pace of change will make us to get there. And there's here all the elements of the Metaverse. And of course, we as retail specialists, as a commerce specialists, we really have to pay attention for marketplace and digital commerce, device independence, digital assets, online shopping, workplace as well, social media, and everything related to these technologies. So moving forward, this will be definitely a clash of generations. So for people from my age, and I can see a few here that have the same generation as me, it will be more difficult for us to understand, but this is the first step. So I'm going to share with you this video from this 100-year-old grandma, and please let me know if there's sound.
There's no sound. No sound. You'll have to stop sharing and share your audio as well. You know how to do it, Pablo.
Yeah, again.
There's a couple of nice comments in the chat about some people who have tried a VR headset as well. So I don't want to talk about that at the end as well. Hear from some of you about your experiences.
Showing my 100-year-old Armenian grandma the Etchmiadzin Cathedral in virtual reality.
Now look around you. Look up. You see it, Nana?
He's so beautiful.
Okay. No, look around.
Okay, up and down. Why are you crying, Ma?
It's so beautiful.
No, look to your left and your right, and look at the.
Ma.
Well, so this is
Showing my 100.
well, this is really it's something that it will shock many generations, and that's completely different for the new generations, especially when we speak about the alpha generation. And this is my first observation, my first insight of the day. Metaverse only became popular now because this generation is prepared for the metaverse. The new generations doesn't see much difference from purchasing online. They don't feel lack of physical presence when they purchase. This said by research. So for a teenager now, when they buy online, they say, I am purchasing physically, because many times they know the product beforehand, or they had this beautiful experience with the brands like Nike or other brands that really care about experience, so they don't feel the lack of being in the store. So it's a completely different generation. And this brought me, for my personal experience, actually I reached this print screen from 1999, but my real history, it was previous year, so 1998. I remember when I first had internet in my place. My dad gave me as a gift, and okay, now I have internet, so what I have to do? And you don't know where to go. You only know that you have to download Netscape and try to surf the web. And I remember watching a game, and there was NBA.com ad, and then I reached NBA.com, and there's nothing to do. So I could see the schedule for games, maybe some latest results, but that's it. There's nothing we could do or engage. And this is how people from my generation specifically, and many other generations, are watching Metaverse now. So, okay, I downloaded Roblox, and what do I have to do now? So, and imagine from this website here, probably 6 years, 5 years later, we had Facebook, and a game-changing social network in our lives. So imagine that today we are watching Roblox and we don't know what to do, and maybe in 5 years we cannot imagine purchasing in a different way. So this is a big question mark that I want you to put in your thoughts. And here, the difference that we learned from the game industry. The Generation X were concerned only about winning the game. You have this game, this 2D interaction, you have many different phases to pass, to surpass, and it's done. You finish the game. And then the next generation faced the powerful graphics, the 3D interactions. We started seeing games in the first person that you could move in bigger scenarios. The Generation Z, it's where became the online gaming, people playing with headsets and creating communities and networks and the sense of belonging. And the Alpha generation packed everything from the past, combined it, and did a step beyond. So they need the experience, they like the personalization, they like to explore, interact, engage, and they enjoy co-creating. So the games now, there's no receipt. You can create your role, you can create the objectives, you can create the end. So it's a new way of questioning and co-creating things. And there's a beautiful image here that tells us and gives us this slap in our face that Roblox has 200 million people between 9 and 12 years old. So for this generation, the metaverse is a reality. It's not something new. They are already there. So we have to go there because the world is already going on. And for example, 80 million in Fortnite, 140 million Minecraft, 10 million Zepeto, and 35 million in Animal Crossing. I know a lot of people here probably play Fortnite. We are talking about this generation, but this one here is definitely the one we have to pay attention. And I brought here, okay, Lily?
Pablo, but I have a question. It's gonna be like a discovery channel because as you see in the previous slide, you will have people from ages from 9 to 18, but they don't have the money to buy it. They don't have the decision. They are not the decision makers in terms of buying stuff, right? So how can we use those channels to find the decision maker? And also, yeah, I understood in a way to discover, but in the way of purchase, how do you
Awesome.
see this point?
Awesome question. They already trade a lot with these gift cards that they want you to receive for Christmas and Thanksgiving, wherever. And they do a lot of business with collecting coins and trading. So they have to watch videos, they have to fill tasks, and they are stepping into the capitalism, creating money and purchasing stuff. So yes, we are also creating the new generation. But if you hang out with a teenager nowadays, you will see that even they have no money income, they have spent on skins in Fortnite. So they find a way, Lily. But
Guys,
yeah,
yeah, makes sense.
yeah. And why is this hype around? So I brought here 7 different things that are going on. I brought some examples that it's good to watch. And this is the 7 concepts, and we will move through images and examples. So purchasing outfits and accessories for online avatars, buying digital land with real money, participating in virtual social experience, shopping in virtual malls, using virtual classrooms, buying digital arts, the NFTs, the non-fungible tokens, collectible and assets, and interacting as digital humans for many different reasons, onboarding employees, customer services, sales, or business interactions. So here, this is actually the real look of the Gucci store in Zepeto. So Gucci launched a store where you can purchase your digital goods. Nike bought the RTFKT, that it's a sneaker maker format in Metaverse. So they only do sneakers for avatars, and Nike bought them, and now they're part of Nike Group. If you reach the Nike institutional company, you will see Nike, Converse, Air Jordan, and RTFKT logo. So it's part of the Nike company, Nike Inc. now. And also another interesting thing, it's watch all the brand collabs that showed up during last year in different metaverse platforms. So we have Stella McCartney, H&M, Uniqlo, Sonic, Ralph Lauren, Pandora, Ferrari, Gucci, Stranger Things, Warner Bros, Hasbro, Balenciaga, and we see a lot of top fashion brands starting to create their desire also in the new world. And we'll see another interesting further regarding them. And interesting quote from the Ralph Lauren CEO, it's that they are not in the fashion business, they are in the dream business. So if they are in the dream business, they have to be where the customers are. So if their customers are playing skiing game, they have to be there with the Polo Ralph Lauren skiing games, or playing polo wherever. This is definitely a way to engage and immerse your clients. So moving, so here, sending real property with selling virtual property with real money. So we saw a piece of land in the central land sold by $2.4 million. And here, it's probably a bet. You are not buying a property, maybe you are buying a billboard in a place that will have millions of people passing by through in a couple of years. So this is bad. And we have many companies moving to real estate in metaverses, and made last year $500 million. So it's real stuff going on. And virtual concerts. So I don't know if you saw, guys, this is fresh from 2 days ago. Foo Fighters host a Super Bowl concert, concert after the Super Bowl in Quest 2 for Facebook users and for free just after the game ended, and bringing the other Ralph Lauren experience. They brought a K-pop band for Zepeto to their Ralph Lauren cafe, and they hosted this show and presented new launches like a fashion week for avatars within the metaverse space. Well, virtual malls. So Decentraland has already Metajuku shopping district, that it's a copy of a shopping district in Tokyo. And Procter & Gamble had this beauty sphere. It's a shopping with their products also in Metaverse. And here, regarding education, we have this image that was released from Facebook regarding the materials that they are preparing for virtual classrooms. So just a quick example, so how classrooms may look in the future. And here, talking about collectibles, art, and NFTs, we have seen this new fever for celebrities buying this NFT that is generated by algorithms. So it's not even someone it's a tech product of the Bored Ape collection, and Neymar and Just Bieber, everybody's buying and betting on the value of these goods. And we also have a thing to say about this later, because this is not a JPEG only. This is not only a picture. And at the end, regarding the interactions and all the onboardings and meetings, we have here an example of a team meetings, like the Microsoft Ignite, the team meetings for avatars and other working place experiences. So coming back to our reality. So this picture I took yesterday, this is a Louis Vuitton app augmented reality experience. You can try sneakers. And I printed last night to show you. So this is completely presenting our reality. Also Prada, where you can try bags or whatever. So this is some examples that we already have adopted in our routine. But what we also can see here, when I first mentioned it, the luxury brands, I saw this insight really relevant, because for Chanel or Burberry, brands that typically have an entry price point in your first interaction with the brand, it's a lipstick or sunglasses or perfume, much cheaper than a bag or a dress, could be replaced by an NFT. So maybe at $10 in the real world, it's a lot of money, but for someone purchasing a bag of Louis Vuitton to your avatar to use for $10, it's worth it. We saw a presentation at the NRF that, from a tech leader, and she said that she was wearing a $25 dress, and her avatar were dressing with $100 outfit. So for many people, the reality is changing. And we can see here Forever 21 and their store in Metaverse, and also Adidas already combining some Metaverse elements in their fashion campaigns. And this, a brand new concept the direct to avatar commerce, and something that I never heard about before, and definitely something that we have to pay attention, because the brands are already working on it, including our customers, and we have to be close and pay attention. Other examples. So here we have many different brands with the direct to avatar consumer. So we have here Ralph Lauren, Crocs, Levi's, and American Eagle. So everybody making their digital presence strong. And while people may say, why is this so important? We are in the digital era. So why is so important to have verified sign on your Instagram? Doesn't change nothing in your life, but people just love, and people respect, and people engage, and people give value for being for having a verified account. So it's the same, will be the same. For example, you holding the CryptoPunk, that it was the fifth most expensive NFT negotiated by $11.75 million. And if you compare, I could download the JPEG, but it's about holding the original, holding the real one. And a lot of people give importance for this. And if you think this is crazy, we could make comparison, for example, for our life, that a lot of people pay 500 pounds for a Fendi bag, and you can also buy for 50 reais at Shopee. So it's about having the right of stand out with this brand, with a particular product. So we have start changing our thoughts about it, because what doesn't make sense for you makes sense to a lot of other people. And we, as retail experts, we are not here to make judgments. We are here to serve our customers. So we have to have this in mind. And so I'm just in time now. I'm just leaving with 4 final takeaways, key takeaways to this beautiful 30 minutes together. So begin to experiment in the metaverse now. So look for it, research, download apps, try, see, pay attention to the generational differences. Maybe something that you think it's dumb, it's really interesting for other generation. Enable augmented reality marketing and commerce experience. We're really entering the immersive commerce era. The immersion, the experience, the brand engagement will drive our talks from now on. And closely monitor new sales opportunities. We will not emulate the reality in the metaverse. We are creating new opportunities. So we will not bring your store and people will grab a tennis shoes from the shelter and go to the checkout, and then you will receive your tennis shoes in your store, in your home, because this will not make the experience better. But maybe you could go, for example, to the same Nike store, and we could hang an autograph or taking a selfie with Messi. And probably the Nike shop in Panama cannot afford bringing Messi for a afternoon or for autographs, but they are able to handle the Messi avatar. And I'm pretty sure a lot of fans would love to interact. So this is my 30 minutes introduction for the subject. I am available for further discussions and to share some material that I'm really giving my attention and researching. And
thank you so much, Pablo. Really appreciate the discussion there. I'd love to ask some questions, and if anyone wants to stick around, then please, absolutely go for it. Listen in. I've just got more curiosities, really. So, Pablo, I can talk to you for a long time about this subject. So, I guess this is my experience. So I was lucky enough to try the Oculus Quest 2. My brother bought it, a VR headset. It really, blew me away. I tried it for 2 weeks and then he got bored and so and sold it. But anyway, that's a different story. So I tried it, and I think one thing I struggle with is how do you, and I don't know if you struggle with this as well, but how do you explain to people or show people the experience of something virtually and I'm trying to tell people of this breathtaking experience that I had, and it really sounds very lame, right? And I think it's really hard. So this barrier to entry, even whether it's financially, technologically, geographically, how do you think we're going to tackle that? Because to me, this seems like the biggest challenge for the metaverse is this technological. Are these limitations? The barrier.
The headset dependence, the device dependence. Yeah,
it's the barriers. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
so that's what
it's
do you think about that?
I think in my point of view, we'll have some ways. So, for example, Disney, it's putting all their efforts in metaverse, augmented reality, that you don't need to wear a helmet or VR glasses, because they want to make even that you do not have the deeper experience, they want to make this experience more available. And in other hand, we will see the devices decreasing and onboarding less technology to make it cheaper. And probably I see that we will use maybe as a headset that you have the simple models, and you also have this fancy Jabra with noise cancelling. So it will vary on your needs and specifically for your objective, because for gaming, for example, it's really necessary, but for augmented reality, you don't need it. So depending on your engagement with the metaverse, it's where you will find and look for your devices.
Yeah, I find that interesting, and I think with the rollout of 5G, which I think a few people around me in my circle we have 5G. It's incredibly fast. I think these technological barriers are going down, but I still have this concern of whether it's accessible to people.
The 5G, for example, it's a really important thing about the metaverse now, because we did not have the technology and the connection speed necessary for running on metaverse. So even we saw proofs of people talking about 3D interactions and avatars from 30 years ago would not be possible to exist. So we now have the technology that allows us, that enables us, and also the generation. So this is where the magic is happening.
Yeah, and I think there was something that you said, which was about, would you go and check it out in a retail setting? Would you use this metaverse idea? And from my experience, I can certainly see myself in going in, holding and physically in a virtual reality environment, holding a product with such high definition and such dexterity that, I probably would replace a lot of my experiences with the VR thing.
And for example, I am this sneakerhead. I love sneakers. And to be honest, I never tried a Louis Vuitton sneaker before. And for me, in my opinion, always when I look them in the website, they look heavy. For me, they looks like they will not fit good. But yesterday, trying the AR, they look it really good. Yeah, they look it really good. So maybe one day, maybe I can gift myself and treat myself right.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, hopefully in the next few months, if we get together and, we meet up with some of the conferences coming up, maybe I can bring an Oculus and we can see if we can do something here. Anyway, I've got so many questions about NFTs, workplace settings, use of VR, and we don't have time for it, which is always a good thing. So Pablo, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to the audience for coming and listening to the chat. Again, if you like this video, definitely, and you're watching on YouTube, then comment, subscribe, like, join our channel, check us out on social media. And until next time, we'll see you soon. So thank you very much. Thank you again, Pablo. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.